We went to go see Halloween 11.
Halloween H40.
It is
Halloween H40.
Halloween 40 years later.
Yeah, tonight. We saw it tonight. Yeah, tonight. Yeah.
The 11th Halloween film, which is now calling it, well, it's calling itself Halloween, which means it's Halloween 1, but it's not Halloween 1, it's Halloween 2.
Do you know that I pray every night that he would escape?
What the hell did you do that for?
So I can kill him.
40 years later, it's a sequel to the first Halloween.
Halloween 1.
So there's this odd thing with like retconning with the Halloween series where you've got like Halloween 2, which is a sequel, Halloween 3, which has got
Season of the Witch.
which has got nothing to do with those two. And you've got like 4, 5 and 6. And then H2O is 7, I think. I'm misremembering my Halloween
Yeah, but H2O pretends like it was just 1 and 2?
Yeah. And kind of 3 didn't matter anyway, but
Yeah.
H2O goes like 4, 5 and 6 never happened. And then you have Resurrection, which is a sequel to H2O. So there's a lot of... This is kind of like... This movie has decided that from after the original...
To fuck.
Yeah, to fuck.
Yeah.
But there's a history of retconning with this, so you know, yeah,
It's
whatever,
fine,
it's
yeah.
fine. So it's the new Halloween movie. It's a Halloween H40, 40 years later. You know, Michael Myers is
Back.
He's back. He never went away, did he?
God, no. Oh, it was funny because like I had no interest in this movie, but when we turned up to the screening, we got really excited, didn't
We
we?
couldn't get enough of it. Michael Myers was there. We met him.
Had a wonderful chat.
We had a good old chat. We had a drink with him, and then we went and watched the movie. It's fun. I enjoyed it. I had a good old time. I really did.
You have no security system, Karen.
Mom, you need help.
Evil is real.
Story is, it's Halloween. Halloween.
Halloween.
It's Halloween.
It's Halloween.
H40. You fucking cunt. It's 40 years later. Michael Myers has been. If you discount the events of anything after the first movie,
Which is a shame because I like
Halloween 2 is good, isn't it?
I
It
like
really
Halloween
is
2,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, it's good. 40 years later, and after the events of the first Halloween, he's instead of buggering off after Donald Pleasance looks out of a window, he's been caught. He's been banged up. They've gone and banged him up in a prison. Some English arseholes, pair of English fucking wankers who are sort of bloggers who are doing a blog.
It's almost like a making of a murder. Or
Yeah,
whatever. It's like
who,
one of
who were
those.
doing a blog about murderers. They go and see him.
It's
and
a
they
clever little
wave, and if somehow the fucker's got his mask, and they go and they're waving the mask, and they sort of taunt him,
bad beginning.
and he sort of maybe wakes something in him. And meanwhile, Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis, she's back
She's back
for the.
5th time to this franchise.
Is it 5?
1, 2, H2O, Resurrection. This.
Yeah, it is.
She's done fucking 5 of these.
But it's discounts 2 onwards. So she's almost like this sort of horror version of a Sarah Connor character.
Yes.
Where
that's a good one,
she has she survived the events of the first
basically
movie.
PTSD.
Well, yeah. She survived the first of the events of the first movie, and she's determined that she will. Michael Myers, if he ever gets out again, will not get a drop on her.
Mm-hmm.
So she's hard as nails, and she's prepared. She lives in this fortified house with a panic room, and she is, she's constantly sort of training for the day when she has to have it. She has these like a shooting range in a garden.
Yeah.
Training for the day when she has another showdown with him, to the point where it's had this detrimental effect on the relationship with her family. So her daughter doesn't want to know her because her daughter thinks she's just this mad. It's again the John Connor thing, my mum, it's not, she sounds cool, she's not cool. Michael Myers has been stewing away in prison. Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode has been preparing for a showdown, and obviously there's going to be. He's going to get out. They're going to.
Yeah.
That's it. That basically is it. So it's kind of not. It's not a lot. Narratively, it's not a lot more than you would expect. But I really liked it because it's really good fun. It's the most humorous of all the Halloween movies. It deliberately employs moments of comedy, and not rank outright, obvious nonsensical comedy, but nicely timed moments of comedy. It has lots of nice references to the original movies. You know, there's
there isn't too much. There isn't, but it's done.
Yeah. It's done very nice. We don't give it away, but there's a good. There's a classroom reference.
Yes.
Which you get, which is very nice.
There's one great reference which everyone in the cinema laughed at, and I think it's the best of a sort of nostalgia callback type.
What was that? Just tell me, don't. Oh, that is a good. That is a really good.
That's the best. It's one of the best nostalgic callbacks in any movie I've seen.
You get this sort of crappy prologue scene, which isn't good. That, in fact, the pre-credit sequence is probably the weakest part of the movie, because the thing about the old Halloween is it had a really good
great
opening sequence.
Yeah.
And this one's got a really lame one. But then when you get to the actual opening credits, the opening credits are a callback to the opening credits of Halloween, and instantly you sort of go, oh, that's quite nice. It's done in a way that you go, that's good, they're very nice.
There's good choices throughout this.
Yes.
It sort of feels that and we've seen so many of these bloody Halloween movies.
Yes.
And we've seen all the bad choices and the bad callbacks that can be done. And it's quite remarkable that there is a movie made 40 years after that does it in a way which, on the whole, is refreshing. I think it's enjoyable.
This is the thing for me is when the Rob Zombie remake came out, I went to the cinema to see it, and I was so bored. I did not care for it. But I remember before I saw it, and I was reading all this shit, Rob Zombie before then had made a couple of movies. There's this thing you're reading about, Rob Zombie stressing the fact that he's a fan of horror. Horror's had a big influence on his musical career as well, and he's a massive Halloween fan, and that he wanted that to translate into the movie. So when he went to see Rob Zombie's Halloween movie, I got no sense at all that this was a man who'd even seen Halloween. Never mind liked it. With this is a movie by and for people who like Halloween. It is. It riffs in just the right way, I think. It's never, doesn't tip into outright sort of piss taking. It's just the right tone, I think.
He's waited for this night. He's waited for me. I've waited for him.
Get out the room! Get inside!
There's one negative point to make here, and it's a not inconsequential negative point to make here. A really fun movie. I liked it, more than a remake. Riffs on the original in all the right ways that I liked. It was funny. It was a real blast to watch, and I really enjoyed it. The one thing that is an issue here is that at no point ever in the movie is it scary.
No.
And it is a problem. This is the one problem. Because it's all well and good having a fun, modern take on a Halloween movie, which is reverential in the right ways, but it still has to be scary. And it is not.
My issue with the movie, and I completely agree with your issue, and I did enjoy it. I think it's a fun time at the cinema, and I recommend people to see it. I think it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
Well made. It looks really nice as well, and on the whole, most of the performances are really good. There's nothing that stands out as kind of embarrassing. In horror films, it's quite easy to make embarrassing.
I like Jamie Lee Curtis. She's a good, yeah.
But she's good in it. My issue is that I don't feel it's fair to compare this to Blade Runner 2049, but
Go ahead.
There's something when I saw Blade Runner 2049, I was surprised by the movie and it did something new. And this movie doesn't do anything new. It's just a really good kind of soft reboot riff with a couple of changes. I never had a moment where I went, oh, I might watch this rather than the first one again. Which I had with Blade Runner 2049, where I went, mate, there'll be times where I'd rather watch Blade Runner 2049. If it's Halloween, I'm not putting on Halloween 2018. I'm putting on Halloween 1978. I still like Halloween H40, but there was nothing in it that made me go, I need to see this again. I'll watch Halloween again. That was the only issue I had, and that's fine. It's a minor issue, but maybe
it's not a minor issue. It's a considerable issue.
It's something to see in the cinema, and I'd say for me, I'm never going to see it again. I'd rather watch Halloween 2 again.
I will watch this again, and I know I'll have a great time watching it again, but it will be with a sort of slight sense of disappointment that I know I will never. I haven't been scared by this, and I never will be scared by this. And this is the thing that I want from my horror movies, and I want to be scared.
Yeah.
Michael! He's here.
How many beers do you think you would have to drink to enjoy this? Let's say if for some reason we're quantifying it by beers.
So before you go to the movie, how many beers
would you have to have drunk in order to? Because a lot of people, when they review movies, they give it a star rating or something. If we do a sort of, if we do an inverted star rating, how many beers would you had to have had
to watch this
going in to enjoy it? How many beers do you think?
I would say this is a pretty good one in terms of. I would say one beer.
I think.
I mean, of course, you'd always want the second.
You'd always want the second. I think that's the thing. Yeah, one beer. Do have the second, because that'll really make it a bit better. But it's, I think this is a 1 to 2 beer movie.
I think this is a
which is good. Yeah.
Yeah, really good, really.
Yeah.